This is the iPhone 12 mini, and this, the iPhone 13 mini. So where's the 14 mini? Well, a few weeks back during its annual fall event, Apple announced a new, larger, regular iPhone called the 14 Plus. As for the 14 mini, well, it's nowhere. Essentially, Apple replaced its Danny DeVito with Arnold Schwarzenegger, so to speak. Apple didn't need to say it, but for all intents and purposes, the iPhone mini was dead. Or is it? Let me explain. Is the mini really dead? Well, maybe not. See, there have been 3 versions of the iPhone SE, all of which have used an older body design, but are packed with a processor from a newer iPhone. The result is a low-cost iPhone with modern performance inside an older design. Aside from the iPhone mini, the SE is not only Apple's most affordable option, but one of its smallest. And it makes sense to me that in a couple of years, the iPhone 13 mini's body will be repurposed and updated with a newer A-series chip sold as a 2024 iPhone SE. Now let me explain my thinking, and to do so, we got to go back about 6 years. In 2016, the very first iPhone SE debuted inside the body of an iPhone 5S with the internals of an iPhone 6S. The SE stood for Special Edition, but for those who thought the iPhone 6 and 6S were too big, the SE really stood for Small Edition. In 2020, Apple released a new iPhone SE, this time using the body of an iPhone 8 with the internals of an iPhone 11. It was great, but what many of us had hoped for was a small version of an iPhone that used Face ID and had a larger, better quality display, smaller bezels, even if it meant paying more money. In fact, many of us wondered if such a high-end small iPhone would be called the iPhone 9, since Apple had skipped from 8 to 10. And that's when the iPhone 12 mini came out. It's a skosh smaller than the 2020 iPhone SE, but had everything the regular iPhone 12 had. It was just smaller. The 12 mini lacked bezels and had a 5.4-inch screen. For perspective, the iPhone 6 Plus, 6S Plus, 7 Plus, 8 Plus all had a 5.5-inch screen inside a much bigger body that weighed a lot more than the 12 mini. Then last year, Apple released an iPhone 13 mini that had better battery life than the 12 mini and packed the same main camera hardware as the one from the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But as of September 2022, the mini is no more. Yeah, you can still buy the 13 mini from Apple for $599, which is definitely a great price in terms of what you get. And there are friends of mine with a 12 mini who are tempted to buy the 13 mini just to have the latest /last /best version of the iPhone mini. But is the mini really dead? Maybe not. See, when I reviewed the 2022 iPhone SE, which is nearly identical to the 2020 SE, one of the things I wondered about was how appealing the hardware would be in 3 or 4 years' time. The SE's display is a 4.7-inch LCD, and it's the same one, for all intents and purposes, that came out with the iPhone 8. And in 2022, it already looks a bit dated, and I imagine in 2 or 3 years, it will look even more so. It seems to me that for the next version of the SE, we need a new iPhone body to inhabit. So, the first SE was based on the 5S body, the second and third one based on the iPhone 8 body, then the next SE could be based on the iPhone 13 mini's body? Maybe? Possibly? Wishful thinking? But will Apple do it? Now, obviously, we won't know until the next SE is launched, but no surprise, there are rumors. Analyst and YouTuber John Prosser said on the Geared Up podcast that the next iPhone SE will be based on the iPhone XR and its 6.1-inch display. Meanwhile, Ross Young, the CEO of Display Supply Chain Consultants, posted on Twitter back in January that the next SE could have a 5.7-inch display. He amended his tweet in a comment saying that he meant the 2023/2024 SE model. I realize there might never be an iPhone SE based on the 13 mini's body, but for all of us small iPhone lovers out there, I hope there is. And now I want to hear from you. What do you think Apple's going to do for the next SE? And would you want the next SE to be based on an iPhone mini body? Also, we do these videos covering Apple stuff every week. Let us know in the comments what you'd like to see. Last, do all the YouTube things, subscribe, hit the bell, like this video, and thank you for watching.